Serena Russo, you are one of the country's largest employment providers. What is your what is your advice to people in the private sector who are looking for a pay rise? What do they need to do in this sort of environment?
Well, firstly, they need to get the job. That's step number one. And this is where, depending on what sort of position you're applying for, my advice is get the job. Once you've got the job and you go into the organisation and you demonstrate your attitude, your skill set, your desire to go the extra mile, make the extra effort, I think what you'll find is that every employer will absolutely treasure, a employee to be able to train them up and create greatness within that individual and, of course, for the company at large.
Serena Russo, how would you rate the difficulty at the moment of actually getting that job? That's the first step, you say, to, obviously getting a pay rise. But how difficult is it at the moment for people to get jobs?
Well, there's categories. There's the, job seekers that are ever ready. They can get out of a job, and that's mainly the youth. Then they are fearless. They can get into a job and leave it and go to another job. And, the youth today will have, maybe 50 different employers that they will go to in their lifetime, whereas my father, had one job. He stayed there for 25 years. So I think with disruption technology, I think the youth are at a distinct advantage that they can actually mentor mature age on how to deal with technology and deal with the iPhone that has completely given a different level of thinking in business today. But of course, the mature age or the sole parents, I also would like to inspire them as well and say that you never give up and you have to constantly disrupt yourself. So if you can disrupt yourself, that's great. Otherwise, someone will.
What do you mean by that?
Well, in disruption is where a lot of companies today are making, people redundant because the skills of yesterday no longer fit in today. And my advice is constantly learn. And if you do become redundant, to see it as a liberation certificate, an opportunity to reassess your skill set and get back into the workplace. Never, ever not go out and get a job. It doesn't mean that it's the job of your dream, but it means that you have the discipline of getting up in the morning and staying through the whole day in an activation. So I'm a great believer in job active.
All right. Serena Russo, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you very much, Emma, and thank you for this opportunity.
Our pleasure.
I'll see you at the top. Ciao.
Ciao.